Appreciate you hitting the button. Welcome to the How to Hustle podcast with Hype. This is episode 74. You follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I am Hype. That's HYMPE. It's Hype. It's not hype. I'm not geeked up. Special guest in the building. I don't even know how many times this nigga has been on the podcast. But introduce yourself to the audience. New listeners every day, B.
Hey man, it's your boy Big Dan from the BTG podcast, Bridging the Gap podcast. You know, we are on all streaming platforms, shout out to my man Hype, whenever he hit me, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. So let's go. I'm ready.
Hashtag
I'm ready.
Philly support Philly situation here. Well, here we go. Time for the rundown. Get comfortable, y'all. Shout out to everybody who did come out to the How to Hustle live show. Shouts out to everybody who came out, showed support, bought a ticket, whether you showed up or you didn't show up. We appreciate the love. We will be doing How to Hustle live show again. Stay tuned for the announcement, but it won't happen for the next couple of months. Now, E-Block Radio Network every Monday, 2 p.m. on the E-Block Radio Network. GFT Radio Network, 2 p.m. every Tuesday. Wednesdays is 216 The Blend, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. WTNUphilly.com on Thursday at 12:30. I Say Podcast Radio Network at 10 a.m. on Fridays, and then we close the week out with the THC Media at 10 a.m. on Saturday. We still looking to fill in that Sunday slot. Get at me if you know about a situation out there. Custom Hustle World. Custom Hustle World is my clothing line on Instagram at Custom Hustle World. Custom Hustle Co. on Twitter. Custom jerseys, jackets. We now had the hockey jerseys. We now had the basketball jerseys. We've been had the baseball jerseys, but we got the sweatsuits, the jackets, the t-shirts. Get at me if you need it customized. And also H2H Cleaning. That is at H2H Cleaning on Instagram only. It is a tri-state area situation, but if you make it worth my while, I will slide. Now, also, How to Hustle seminars can still be purchased. You know what I'm saying? How to Hustle seminars put you on game of how this whole situation works. Now, shout out to my man Big Dan from the BTG podcast. Here we go. Episode 74. Should we all be able to vote?
Fuck
Do
no.
we need to have like a criteria for voting? Should we have a questionnaire? Should we have like a Q&A? Should you have to talk to somebody? Like, should you just turn 18 to be able to vote? Talk to me, Dan.
Nah, for one, 18 isn't even the right age for me that you should be in the right state of mind to even fucking vote, because you still haven't, your brain fully hasn't even developed yet and shit. Like, you haven't experienced shit in life. You shouldn't even, 18 is way too young for me. But to the original question, I do not think just anybody should have the right to vote. When it comes to voting, it's all about picking the best person, to lead the country forward, you know what I'm saying, to do best for our country, you know what I'm saying? People got their own agendas, and that's how it's a lot of motherfucking politicians. I mean, when we talking about voting, we ain't just talking about the president, right? You talking about all the way across
we
the
talking
board.
about it. We talking about it all. We talking city council. We talking chair people, all of it.
So you have too many people that are just put in position, and have their own political agendas and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got shit set up the way we set up now, dog. Just recently in the last couple of years, in the last year, fucking lynching has become fucking a federal hate crime and shit like that. Like, that's because we got the wrong type of people in power.
Somebody killed me when they told me that one. I heard that a couple months ago, and I was like, what do you mean it just became somebody killed me with that one.
Like, come on, dog. It just became a law that fucking black people are allowed to wear their natural fucking hair at work. You know what I'm saying? That was mainly for like women and shit with like froze and shit like that. Like that. Why do we have to make that a law? You know what I'm saying? But that's because you got motherfuckers put in position that's been put in position for years by racist motherfuckers, because anybody's allowed to fucking vote. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, look. I mean, Biden ain't doing no better, but look how Trump got in there. You want to know why how he got in? Because you had a bunch of motherfuckers that should have voted that didn't vote. You know what I'm saying? But you got a bunch of racist motherfuckers out here that can just go out there, press that button, and it's a lot more of them than we thought of. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be some, I honestly, I don't know how they can do it, but it needs to be some sort of vetting process. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that when a person's going out and casting their vote, they trying to cast it for, like, the betterment of America. You know what I'm saying? Not the betterment of whatever their fucking agenda is. Like, it's fucking crazy.
All right, so got a lot of shit to say on what you just gave me. This is why I called you, because I knew this was your topic. One, like I said, we talk about voting for everything. So I think it should be some type of vetting process. It should be some questionnaire or something. Because like you said, 18, a lot of things like people mature at different stages. Some
Mm-hmm.
people, if you've been taken care of, a little brother, little sister, or whatever, you might have had a baby already. Some people at 18 be mature as hell, but that's not a blanket statement for everybody. At
Mm-hmm.
18, like you said, yeah, you still got way too much play in you. So I don't
Right.
think you should be able to be making decisions that will affect everybody and us all. I remember before I had my oldest daughter, my job had voting on for the union about the health care. It was like, should we be paying the same amount? Should me, for argument's sake, should me and you pay the same amount? You got 3 kids, I don't got no kids. Should we be paying the same shit for insurance? I'm like, fuck no, I ain't got no kids. Why would we be paying the same thing for insurance? Then we fast forward years later, and I got 2 kids and a wife, and it's like, damn, I wish I could get them on my insurance. But when you
Right.
put me in a situation where that's not the stage of life that I'm in, nah, I vote against it.
Mm-hmm.
So, like you saying now, with the whole voting situation, like you gotta have some type of criteria for people to be voting because you can't just have these 25,000 people, let's just say, these 25,000 going to college that's airheads. They got out
Mm-hmm.
because of social promotion. They got out just because it was time to get them out of the school. But now
Oh,
we put 25,000 in this state, 25,000 in this state, 25,000 in that state. Now we got too many people voting who don't know no shit about shit. Also, why did we all vote for Obama? We don't know shit about what his policies was. We all voted for him because he was black.
100%.
Not saying he did a bad job or none of that. We ain't going into that.
No, 100%. The
But
black vote went through the roof when he went over there.
blacks, it was all about
Motherfuckers,
he's
dog,
black.
motherfuckers, what dog? When Obama got in, motherfuckers ain't even know, never heard about him. Never
Copy.
didn't know where he was from. Didn't know if what he was for, if he was pro-life, pro-choice, pro-fucking
Yeah,
gun,
ain't none of that. And he was black.
pro-fucking abortion. We had no clue. Fuck his policies. He's black, and we getting in there. But once again, that's kind of the problem and shit right now. Look at our
But
last election.
this is where
Look
I'm
at our last.
that's where I'm going.
Go ahead.
This is
Look
why
at the
we
last
gotta
election.
this
We
is
had
why
the
you always gotta educate yourself on what the situation is. You can't just look at the situation and say, I'm a Democrat, I'm never voting Republican in my life. Because you don't
right.
know if this Republican might be saying all the stuff that you relate to and like. You don't know if
Exactly.
you're a Republican that this Democrat could be doing a vice versa situation. You could be saying all the stuff that you agree with and all the shit that you want to go with. Now,
Dog.
once we got to the Trump and Biden situation now, this is the shit that I hate when niggas say Biden is doing a bad job. Trump gave us the stimulus money, and that's what niggas base it off. I got the 1,200. I got like, what was the other one? Like 600, 800, something. I don't remember. I got 2 checks from this boy. I'm cool. Fuck that. They started lynching niggas. They started lynching people again, which is why they came up with the lynching is
Mm-hmm.
illegal thing. They had
Right.
the whole George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, all of those different situations start happening back to back to back to back. But hey, look, take this $1,200. Don't worry about none of that that's going on. So now
Mm-hmm.
you got niggas saying like, what Kamala Harris doing? It's like you can't just come in and make laws and say, hey, I'm gonna get all the black people reparations. So
Well,
basically,
see, that's what people
niggas
don't
be looking at it.
understand that,
They be
dog.
looking at it like if my check didn't get an extra whatever, then you doing a bad job. Like, well,
Right.
that's not what
Well,
it is.
and this even to touch on when you were saying like when Obama was in here, majority of the black people that say that Obama ain't do shit, he ain't do nothing for the black community. He ain't do this. He ain't do that. Here's my thing. It don't work that way. When you get
Copy.
elected, you can't just walk into the office and say, all right, I'm gonna write this up. All right, every black person getting reparations, take this. I'm gonna write this up. Every low-income family in the projects now gets an extra $1,000. Take that.
Copy.
Like it don't work that way. If you even listen to like a lot of the interviews that he's doing now, like post his presidency and shit, he's like
On the
dog,
book tour.
he tried to put a lot of shit in place, but all that shit got blocked. All the shit that he was trying to do and the shit that he wanted to try to do for low income black communities and shit like that, they blocked it. Like, come on, people.
Yeah, if you don't have a house,
listen,
you can't get none of that stuff too. Yeah.
some of the Republicans fucking tried to block the lynching bill. Like, what? You don't. How are you trying to block a bill that's making lynching a federal? You don't think that should be a federal hate crime because it's only happening to black people. But as soon as some Asian shit go on, it's nah, get that in there. No Asian hate. You know what I'm saying? That if you heard of Asian, it's a hate crime. Meanwhile,
Bro.
meanwhile, it's 3 fucking Republicans out there that said that that lynching is fine. It's not a problem. Lynching is fine. Hang those niggas.
After January 6th with the whole insurrection situation, you had them niggas still saying, nah, everything's cool. We don't need to like
Bruh.
they still was riding with the ball. Like
let it have a bit. Let 10,000 niggas try and storm the Capitol. They'd have dropped the bomb on that motherfucker, dog. They would have blew up the Capitol before they allowed us to storm that motherfucker.
Copy that.
You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to the voting shit. So in America, soon as you turn 18, you're allowed to go ahead and now voice your opinion, cast your vote for anything, president, mayor, you know, any fucking vote that come out.
City
you're now
council,
allowed.
congressman, yeah, all of it.
Here's the thing: when you're coming at 18, you talking about might be possibly still in high school or freshly coming out of high school. You have not experienced anything that the country, America, has to give to you. All you pretty much is going to be doing is voting for whoever the fuck your parents vote for. So now you still got pockets of spots in America. I'm a truck driver and I drive through them because I'm telling you right now, if you ever drive through Macungie, Pennsylvania, it's Confederate flags every fucking where. I never stopped at Macungie. You know,
we was riding through a joint yesterday. I said they got a Trump 2020 flag on their joint, which means they've had this joint up since 2019.
Exactly. And you ride around and you see that there's still pockets in America that's extremely fucking racist. So what's going to happen with those fresh out of high school 18-year-olds? They're going to go the exact same way that their racist parents has been going. They're not going to be able to form their own opinion. Because in my mind, racism is taught. You ain't born racist. That shit is taught. You taught that shit from being around motherfuckers and seeing how they move.
Yeah, I think all of that stuff be about what you get brought up around, what you get exposed to.
So
if you expose, just like we was just talking offline, and you just said your man didn't know what a platter was. Like, if you're not exposed to the hood where niggas got platters every day, you won't know nothing about that.
Exactly.
Exactly. Whatever you're exposed to is what gets. It's like the subliminal messaging that you just get your whole life. That's why you always think about the person that gets chaos their whole life. They think chaos is what it's supposed to look like.
Now, that person, for example, that's my guy. He's a good dude. The person I was telling you about. Prior to him coming down to the hood, and this wasn't when I was living up here in the county, he used to come and holler at me on Bridge Street in the mix. Like, he was like, and he was amazed. He was like, even though it was hood as shit down there, he's like, dude, it's not what I thought it was. Like, you know what I'm saying? When they see like where he from, he not exposed. It's not that many black people in his area, and the black people that are, they like them. You know what I'm saying? They haven't been exposed to what's going on down here. So all they fucking see is the shit from what's going on TV. He think that my neighborhood is like The Wire, somebody getting shot every 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So he come down there, and he has a whole different opinion on what the hood is and what in general black people is. You know what I'm saying? So and now he come to all my family functions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, me and him had a conversation. He was like, Dan, I've never had a roach in my house. I don't know. Like, that's not a thing. Like I've never seen mice in the house. Like, I've only seen mice like out in the field. I didn't know that mice like shit like that. Like, he was that type of and I've been up into his neighborhood. He took me to one of their little bars and I told him, I said, dog, this ain't my scene. We got rolled. Like, because I'm getting them looks. I know them looks.
see, this is what I was about to touch. It's like you saying, like, it's not even just the racist people, it's ignorance. It's not even just racism. It's flat ignorance to the situation.
But that's like the thing. A lot they might not be racist, but your ignorance comes off as racism. Sometimes.
No. I'm not even just talking about them one situation, because like you can take these situations to everybody. It's not just a black-white thing. This is everybody. If you 18 and Mexican, 18 and you're Chinese, Asian, whatever the different situation is, like I'm talking this for everybody. It's the ignorance of the situation, because like I said, you don't even do your homework on these different people to see what platform is he running on? What is the policies that he's on? Like you said, the whole pro-life, pro-choice, since that's the hot topic right now. Like, you don't know what they think about that if you ain't looking at it. If you just went, he Democrat, I'm Democrat, that's where I'm going. you gotta be really paying attention to this stuff and really saying like who's standing on what and who's about what. Like, and that's I don't think nobody's doing that at 18, at 19. I know niggas ain't doing it at 45. Like,
It's a million fucking people out here that sick old motherfuckers that dog. If you gotta think about it. People is being brought up. If you raised as a Democrat, 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be voting Democrat. If you don't have the brain to try to figure some shit out. A lot of people don't give a fuck about politics. They don't want to know what's going on. All they know is I'm getting my paycheck every week, and this ain't affecting my paycheck. So we was raised Democrat.
That's
Look at
how
Joe
we
Biden.
got. But that's how we got what we got now. Is everybody worrying about just their situation, and the young boy across the street needs some help. The little girl across around the corner needs some help, and everybody's so stuck into this is what my lane is. Like I said, I got that 1200, so now I'm doing better. I got that 800, now I'm doing better. So I'm all for whatever got me the little extra instead of being about what make us and our whole situation better. This is why we is in the situation that we in is because ain't nobody worrying about the whole situation. Everybody is tunnel vision on just themselves.
Just look at the Joe Biden situation. Majority of the people out there that voted for Joe Biden on the strength of that he was Obama's vice president. Like that's
and that he just wasn't Trump, yeah.
And he wasn't Trump. But in reality, all you was really doing was voting for the lesser of the two evils. Both of them got some dumb shit with them. Look at the clips that's coming up now because Joe Biden's son phone got hacked and the video came out of him with all the crack and all this shit like that. I don't know if you saw that, but
I see that one. Nah,
nigga, nigga, they posting up all Joe because Joe Biden was heavy drug boy back when the crack wave was hitting crazy back in the day. Him, Hillary Clinton, all them, we super predators, and if you get this much amount of crack, you should go to jail forever. But now your son is over here on his iPhone got stolen or leaked or whatever. He got videos of him with naked bitches and he naked and they weighing up the crack. They got 2 grams of crack over there, 20 grams of crack. Like, you know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. Now you go look at this motherfucker.
It's always that hypocrisy and everything.
Yeah, but now people is only seeing now because now all these old videos are so servicing of the crazy shit Joe Biden used to say. Now it's like, damn, like we voted for this nigga. It's like, yeah, but that was there already if you would have looked. But you know what I'm saying? If we're not teaching our fucking kids that they got to pay attention, motherfuckers, we're going to get the first black vice president, Kamala Harris, the female, this, that, and the third. She was on some crazy shit too. All these dudes, she done got locked up for weed and all this shit back in the day. She was crazy with her shit too. They all got some shit with them.
The situation there though was like you said, it was 2 bad situations. It was either cut off your arm or cut off your arm or cut off both legs. Which one you want to do?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But that's why for one, I feel like they really need to teach more political shit in high school. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, they used to just teach us about, the judicial system, the 3 levels of government, all that shit. But what they need to really teach about is, I think we spoke about this before, like they teaching the wrong shit in schools.
Yes, that was an episode we did before.
At 18, I'm allowed to vote. And America is allowing me to walk into a situation blind and just press a button. It's not cool. You need to have, I feel like either you need to have to take a test, you need to have some type of prepping, it needs to be some type of regulated system put in place to vet voters. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy. You need to have some type of general knowledge about what's going on in the world if you should be able to vote, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
You should have some general knowledge about what's going on in your general vicinity and to your local situations before you can even get into those other ones. If you don't know what's going on in your zip code,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, if you don't know what's going on in your zip code, then you shouldn't be able to vote for the state.
It might be tiers. You know what I'm saying? Like you would start off your learning process with the local shit because that generally affects your surroundings. You start off, that's a smart fucking idea, man. They start off with a local tier. Yeah, I mean, maybe from, just councilman up to mayor, boom. Then from there, you can go governors Senate, all that. You know what I mean? Judges, the whole 9. And then, top level would be now presidency. But how do you do that? How do you line? And then on top of that, you got to remember, it's still going to be a man-made system and set up by the government, so they
This
can
is what
just.
I was about. This is where I'm going. Is the problem with that whole situation is realistically they got a monopoly on this whole thing, and it's working just fine for them to continue to have either your ignorance grows up and just gonna go with like you said. Because I could tell you this from my own from me, mom, who we voting for? I don't know nothing about none of these people. Like you know what I'm saying, like
I'm keeping it
so.
100,000% for you. The first time I've ever casted my vote was vote for Barack Obama. I'm being completely honest with you.
See,
That was
this
the
be
first
my
time I ever exercised my right to vote.
See, this be my thing about everybody has a choice to do whatever you want in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But my whole thing be if you didn't vote, then you got to shut the fuck up. You
Exactly.
can't be the one complaining about
I didn't.
why
I
is this,
didn't.
that, or whatever happening because when you had a chance to say something, you chose to be quiet. So you should shut the
Exactly.
fuck up. But the
Dog.
people who always be, man, I ain't voting, my vote don't count. So you shouldn't have nothing to say. Like you should be over
100%.
there and quiet because
And
not
that's
only did you not
listen.
only did you not educate yourself on the situation, you chose to sit this one out. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
And that's what I tell people. I wasn't always on my shit. I wasn't always paying attention to shit like that. But as I realized, shit. And like I said, Obama was my first vote. I wasn't voting on no local shit that had anything to do with me. And it wasn't until I had a family member that actually got into politics and shit. And me and him just was having general conversations and talk like that. Shout out to my cousin Jason and shit. He's a councilman, and he getting busy out there. And he actually moving up in the world, in the ladder, that political shit. But it wasn't until me and him started kicking it and him really giving me some game. And I'm like, yo, like, damn, like all this shit going on. Then I had another homie that got into politics and shit with some local shit and following him. And I'm like, all right, let me pay attention to what's going on in the world because this shit is really affecting us. And I'm just out here, I walk in, vote. And then mind you, people go in there, when you go in there and vote, for the people that don't know, that hasn't ever voted before, you can just go in there and click a button and all Democrats. You just vote.
Yeah. They
You all
they
Democrats.
changed it now. You got the whole little. You got to put it on the ballot, stick it in there, and all
Yeah.
that. Now, hold up
You
though.
could just walk in, back in the day, you could just walk in there, all
You could just
Democrats.
walk
I'm out
in,
of
all
here.
Democrats, all Republicans. I'm done. Yeah.
That's it.
Before we move on, you threw out. You said my man's name was Councilman Jason.
Jason Dawkins.
All right. So look, shouts out to Jason Dawkins. So look, this is a new thing we're doing here on the Hot Hustle Podcast. When you shout somebody out and you send them the episode, we must let them know that we only accept 5 stars. So after they listen to the episode, they must hit us with a 5-star review. We do not accept 4. All right. Copy that. Now, one joint down that I need to know, Dan, if you could change one law, what would that be? Or if you could put one law in or change something, put something in, what would your one joint be?
Nigga, you should have sent me that yesterday. You can't drive.
No, what did I hold up? See, what did I tell you? Cause you paid talent. Okay. When you become a professional, you must always be on your toes and ready. So this is why I'm gonna answer it first for you. I'll give you a second to get him saying.
Go ahead. Nigga, because there's so much that need to be changed.
That's why. Okay, you can throw me. I'll give you the leeway for 2. We tight like that. So this is the one that I'm gonna go.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready now. Go ahead.
Property tax. Property taxes. If I own this property, why do I then need to kick you something for me owning my own property?
Well, mind you, that's here. That ain't in other places. That's here. That's a here thing. You know what I'm saying?
Remember we said we're tearing this situation where we have to start local. Here, why am I paying you? When
free
I
game
own
to anybody that don't know. Go get you some property over there in another country. Once it's paid off, and that's you. All that land. It ain't got to be no property. Go get you some land somewhere else. So if shit gets fucked up here, you can go to fuck over there. You know what I'm saying? I'm Africa.
If shit gets fucked up here, it's been fucked up here since day one.
If shit get fucked up here and we gotta go. we gotta make a hasty retreat.
See, since the day them niggas showed up, and you can't find something that's not lost. If my wife has a sandwich in the back of the refrigerator, it's not lost. She knows it's there. Since the day them niggas drifted over here on the boat and went, yo, these niggas got all this land and they talking about it's for us. Let's kill these niggas and take it. Okay, shit has never been cool over here. But property taxes and like these different business situations that we be having. If I came up with Custom Hustle's logo, Custom Hustle's name, and all of that, why am I paying you so that I own something that I created?
Because they got to get theirs. Because they got to get theirs. You know what I'm saying?
The game is rigged. Go
Mine,
ahead.
so now, because I was trying to think of some shit that I can think of personally. I was looking worldly, but like you said,
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
keep it local.
you could
I
go
was
worldly if
that's
you
what it
want.
was because immediately when you said it, the first thing came to my mind was how to
Give me
change
two.
some
Give me two joints then. So you give me both of them. Give me two of them then. Go ahead.
Okay, I got you. So the first one, actually, I'll give you. I'm gonna give you two off of the same joint because all right, cool. And mine has to do with the child support and family court situation. So for one, I'm dead serious. And you know, I've been trying to get niggas like the niggas on my podcast, they don't have these problems. You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to find somebody.
What podcast exactly is that?
I mean, you know, the Bridging the Gap podcast, you know, if you want to go on any social media, you can find us on at BTG Podcast 215, all streaming platforms, YouTube, we everywhere. And on X Squad affiliates, you know, if you got the app, you know, we out there. You know, shout out to my
the X Squad.
You know, shout out to Uncle B and shout out to Face. You know, we out here, we moving. But they don't have those child support issue problems and they haven't dealt with that system like I have. But so for one, when you go down initially for your, they need to change the laws of how it works when you go down and initially get on child support because there's no investigation to find out if you actually take care of your child. It's literally give me your pay stubs, give me this. Okay, dad, you make this, mom, you make this, dad, you gonna pay this. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I actually asked them that when I was there, when I first went down there, and this was 16 years ago. I said, well, how do y'all prove that I'm not taking care of my child? That I should have to pay child support? Oh no, we just put this in place so that
we don't have to.
Yeah, we just put this in place so that we making sure that you do. Now, on the same token, a law needs to be changed as to how much should be paid out. Now, in my opinion, child support, some bum ass niggas out there. Some of you niggas need to be on child support. They need to change the law on who should have to pay. The other law that needs to be changed with it is how much. Because here's the thing: why is my daughter worth $850 a month, but Lil John that ain't got no job and you know he just stand on the corner all day, he only got to pay $50 a month? Which child can be taken care of for $50 a month?
It's more so like that. I hear what you're saying completely.
You know
but that's all about. I remember somebody telling me, yo, he trying to get me on his child support. I'm about to go get this gig at McDonald's for a month. That way they'll have me on paper for this. It's just basically a percentage. But
exactly. So here's the thing. Now me, because I don't want to be a bum ass nigga, and I decided to step into a fucking career. So now you're penalized. I'm being penalized for that. So you telling me I got to drop $850 a month, but because this nigga makes $750, he make minimum wage. He only got to kick out a half a man, and that's it. $50, nigga. A pack of pancakes is $21 right now.
Who you telling?
How much all that shit like that? Child support expenses. I mean, child care expenses.
Child care, yeah.
I just told you, $275 a week for child care expenses right now.
Yeah,
that's about to be out of here. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? But dog, that right there, that shit touch home with me. And if any of y'all watching this shit, if y'all ever want to really have a good conversation about it, you know, you can DM me at Big Dan underscore FKD or hit me on the Bridging the Gap podcast and we'll set that conversation up. Because niggas are scared. They don't want to talk about this shit.
I got two things that I want to touch on real quick before we switch this up. One, like you said, if you're not doing shit for the kids, then I'm all for the child support. If you just absentee, you didn't want to do this, you ain't around, and you ain't got shit for them, then yeah, you need to be paying child support. 100%. But if the nigga is there, the nigga is taking care of his responsibilities, and it's just not at your whim how you feel about it, that's a totally different situation. Y'all need to sit down like adults and talk about that, and stop using those kids. Stop using those kids as weapons and pawns.
Exactly.
Something that y'all touched on now while we switch it up to go to the BTG podcast.
Okay.
Y'all last episode, y'all were talking about the clip where the guy has the McDonald's for his child. The girl had how many kids?
She had 4 kids. And her stamps didn't come on to the 11th. You got to make sure that's there.
So when y'all was talking about this on the live like 2 weeks ago, I was trying to get in the comments, but my food came. It was time to pray. I got threw off. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So this is why we brought it up now. Okay. The girl who y'all had called in, this is what I was trying to say in the comments was, I totally got what she was saying. What she was saying was, You show up with the one burger and fries for your son, daughter, what have you, and they got three other siblings. Now, if you let young boy eat this shit in the car, now she's saying, feel the burden. Think about it from the aspect of your child. Now your child has to go in here with his siblings. They not your kids, but they his siblings. He got to sit here and live with these motherfuckers who now feel like they stomachs touching. So now we feel like you ain't in this shit with us. You getting treated differently than us. Maybe we got all different dads. Maybe you got the one different dad or whatever. But which is why, like she kept saying though too, like in any situation like that, if me, it was only me and my brother. But if we got one burger, nigga, we splitting this drink down the middle and we both eating. But the responsibility wasn't to him to feed all of the kids. But like she was saying, if you looking at it from what's best for my kid, and what's best for my kid is to also be able to take care of their brothers and sisters. Don't put them in a situation where they get an opportunity to even not even look down on them, because it ain't looking down on them. It's just food. But for some motherfuckers, it ain't just food. If you ain't got no food, it ain't just food. You know what I'm saying? It's everything.
Is it my turn? It's my turn to go?
It's big fella. It's your turn, big fella.
Okay, so then where does it stop? Because what's the difference between them looking at my son eating that burger and me dropping off some fresh clothes for him? And they dads ain't shit, so they wearing whatever they got. So now my son walking around looking fresh. Am I supposed to drop off bags for everybody too? Am I supposed to drop off Jordans to everybody?
Like Shorty said this too. Like I don't shout out to Shorty because I didn't catch her name. Tell her we only accept 5 stars too. When you got the brother sister dynamic, nigga, these is hand-me-downs. So the joints that you had that he's too big for or too small, like, yeah, they passing all that off. Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. That's cool and all, but you still wearing but here's the thing. Now you still, the same way you just said, the kids is looking at each other. Come on, dog. You know how these young boys is. They still gonna be looking at it like, damn, I'm wearing my brother's hand-me-downs and he fresh all the time. Because now you wearing my sneaks that you wearing my sneaks that I done already ran through. I had them when they was fresh. You already wearing, every time you see me,
we're not talking sneaks. We're not talking sneaks. Sneaks be different.
Sneaks, clothes, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Fresh haircuts, whatever. If I'm coming to pick up my young, now I gotta take all your kids, if you got boys, to go get their haircut too.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying.
My thing is, where does it stop?
Food is different because everybody needs food. You gotta have food to survive.
Okay, you're right. Go ahead. Can I go now?
Food,
okay,
yeah,
you're right. If your stamps click on the 11th, if you got 4 kids and you getting stamps for fucking 4 kids, bitch, you up. Why are we stop selling? How about this? Stop selling your stamps. How about make sure that you got enough food in the house to go from month to month? How about stop buying your cousin and them crabs and shit like that? Nobody is taking this bitch into accountability. And that's my problem. Food is essential. And that's why you getting food stamps for 4 kids. You getting some bread. You getting a nice amount of money. But here's the thing. Did you see her reply? The female's reply. You probably never saw that video.
No, what was her reply?
Jordy put a reply up there. Don't come on your reply video with the fresh bundles, face full of makeup, looking like you about to go step the fuck out, but you just cussed this nigga out about dropping off McDonald's. You's a bum ass bitch. Manage your fucking pussy better. I'm sorry. No disrespect to the women. But here's the thing. Just like it need to be a lineup for it need to be some vetting on who can vote. It need to be a vetting on how many kids a fucking female can have. Because if you can't take care of your kids, you shouldn't have had them. Keeping it a bean.
So now this is one of them things I hate that people always say.
Let's go.
Your wife tell you, oh yeah, I knew your birth. I get paid next week. You knew my birthday was on the 1st, the 15th, the 30th. You knew that all month. You had all month to prepare for this day. You know what I'm saying? So you knew them stamps ain't dropped to the 11th, which means when the 28th and the 26th, when you saw these Jones getting low and we running low. You got to start to manage your situation better. You got to start to ration your situation better.
Did you manage your paycheck? Because here's the thing, you can feed kids. I mean, you're gonna be feeding them bullshit, but you can feed them for the low. You can go to motherfucking Dollar Tree and rack up oodles and noodles and fucking little bootleg cereal and a bunch of shit if you have to. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that come on, I can't drop so now basically I can't just swing by, drop my young boy off some food. You know what I'm saying? Like Unc threw out a scenario saying, Shout out to Uncle B, from the Bridge and the Gap podcast, you know what I mean? He's the man out here, you know what I'm saying? He ain't the king no more at his
He
job.
the king no more. Damn,
he at my job,
so.
nigga. He came to work and he see who the king is at Farmart, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Just throwing that out there.
Ain't so. Uncle's the king.
He gonna get there. He gonna get there, but he ain't there yet. But he was saying, yeah, so oh yeah, my young boy, if he going to he running, he called me, say, I'm dad, I'm hungry, this, that, and the third, can you bring me some food? And like I stopped him and I said, oh, there should never be if it's two parents, it should never be a situation that your son is calling you, telling you he's fucking hungry. Because if you calling me telling, and like I said, what homie should have did, I would have took that fucking video. I'd have went down to motherfucking court, filed for an emergency petition, because now I feel like my child ain't eating.
See, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother time, because niggas always act like they can't. Niggas always act like they can't go to court and like they don't want to fight for custody and all that. Y'all touched on that, but
yeah, when niggas ready to have that conversation, call me, B. I'm ready.
Copy, because like I said, y'all touched on that episode. You know what I'm saying? Y'all find that it's the last episode of the Bridge and the Gap podcast. You know what I'm saying? But y'all definitely start touching into that, and I'm like, yeah, niggas, that's a whole nother conversation. But niggas be scared of that. Niggas be scared to handle those responsibilities. That's what that all be about.
I tell niggas all the time, because listen, I've been dealing with that shit for 16 straight years, my nigga. I'm almost out. You know what I'm saying? I got a year and a half and I'm out. I mean, but listen.
Nigga Xing the days off the calendar like you about to come
home. Nigga. What? I'm having a party, nigga. You know how much extra bread that is a month, nigga? Nigga, I'm driving off a house note, nigga. That's a house note. What you mean, nigga? I need that.
Between that and the daycare, you about to be up.
Nigga, what? In the next, nigga, best and believe in the next year or two, a nigga's gonna have an extra property somewhere. Best and believe residual income is coming very soon. You know what I'm saying?
That's the wave right there.
If my thing is, I feel like it's not my responsibility. If you want to be a good nigga, first of all, it really depends on what's your relationship with shorty. Now, if me and her was in a full-blown relationship and I'm coming through, I'm showing love with the kids on a regular basis.
Y'all talked about that. That was different. If like all the kids know me and like as
that's what I'm saying.
The man of the house.
Hey, Mr. Dan, what's going on? I'm not just gonna drop off. I'm just gonna not gonna drop off a 6-piece nugget.
Yeah, that's what Om said. So damn, you gonna cut everybody's phones off now?
Yeah, nigga. Fuck that.
That's why I can't do the family plan. My wife is not even. We're not even.
Nigga, I'm on the family plan now. That's why I've been. Nigga, listen, my daughter. You know, I'm team Android. I don't fuck with iPhones and shit. You know.
Telling.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't send you no Apple link, nigga.
Exactly. My daughter comes, Dad, I want an iPhone, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, why you want an iPhone? The reason is she wants an iPhone, this is the only reason, is because when her friends' phones get cut off, you know, if you got an iPhone, if your phone get cut off, as long as you got Wi-Fi, you can still iMessage. So you can text message your other people that got iPhones as long as you're on Wi-Fi. So I asked my daughter, I said, well, so that means your friends' phones are continuously cut off. She said, yeah. I said, let me ask you a question. Has your phone ever been cut off? No. I said, how about be happy that you got a dad to make sure that your fucking phone ain't cut off every fucking month? I said, you want, so basically I got to get you an iPhone now because your friend's parents ain't paying their fucking phone bill.
Yeah, because now I got to be insurance for everybody. Is a totally different situation there. Yeah, that's not cool.
You know, like, come on now, fuck it, like, dog, like this shit. Nah, I'm cool. Like, at what point? It's not my responsibility to make sure you can text your fucking friends. I'm sorry.
Copy that. You better get on Wi-Fi and get on Instagram and just DM each other.
Now, I mean, I bought an iPhone, but
look at this sweet. Look at this sweet.
Hey, listen,
look at this sweet ass nigga. He bought the iPhone.
I know you be seeing my little post, dog. Straight A student, and she speak Chinese. The fuck? I had to get an iPhone. You know what I mean? It's the same shit. Because what I do is I say no, then she slide the straight A report card to me like, yeah, just so you know, I had did that. Let me go ahead and buy this fucking iPhone. Like, you know what I mean? That's how she got me for a pair of Jordan 1s at Christmas. Some not the regular Jordan 1s. The full $500 Jones, like the The
Oh
special
yeah.
colorway joints and
She
shit
look
like
at you,
that.
bat them eyes. Hey, daddy, I need. And you going right for it.
Nigga. Shout out to Faith's wife, my sister, because she came in a clutch with a nigga that knew a nigga, and he had him in the garage right on time for the low.
What my man said on the wood, they Ferragamos, bro. How much they brought? Don't matter what I paid for them, nigga.
Don't matter what I paid for them. It don't matter.
Shouts out to my man Big Dan from the BTG podcast. We're gonna close out episode 74. Appreciate you coming on, bro.
Hey man, whenever, dog, you know you hit me, I'm coming on, dog. This our shit. This what we do, man. Philly support Philly all the time, man.
Copy that.